Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. This is going to be like a good bowl of gumbo. We got it all. Curl, scoop, wisdom, giggles, hand gestures. We got it all. Let's start with a hug. This is how we start. It's not cute not knowing, and now we're going to know. This is a story I talked about like a week and a half ago. Paramount has decided not to sell BET Plus, and VH1. They wanted $3 billion. So what happened with the Tyler Perry deal? Well, Tyler Perry was ready. He had his $2 billion. Paramount decides to change it at the last minute and add another $1 billion. Did this deal just change? Byron Allen also, and I think he put in not $3 billion, maybe like 2.3 or 7. Paramount's like, no, nobody's getting it unless you give us $3 billion. Now, this could have been their way of saying we ain't selling it to no minority. And no black man's getting this. I'm glad this deal didn't work out. I talked about no and rejection yesterday. If you didn't see it, go back. I talk about it. This was, having Tyler Perry not get this deal was God's way of protecting him, because it wasn't worth it. $3 billion for BET Plus, and VH1, and people out here cutting the cord, getting rid of cable. It wasn't worth it. And I'm sure it was disappointing, and it hurt, because it hurts to hear no. It hurts to be rejected, especially from something that you want. But when you step back, take your feelings out of it, it wasn't a good deal. And I hope that Tyler's advisors told him, like, yo, dude, this ain't good. I think Byron Allen pedaled back a while ago, where it may have seemed like a great idea to have these properties, not in the day and age when the cable is being cut. And you can't trust a person who wants to change the deal at the 11th hour. Could you imagine being ready? You got your money. Because I know it happens a lot when people are going to buy a house. And they throw a monkey wrench in it. I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad this deal did not work out. Paramount, y'all deal with that. Y'all wanted the payday, and it's gonna be real funny if they do sell it in the future and who they sell it to. And if it doesn't go to a person of color, well, they done told us what their thoughts were all along. If you got the money and you think it's a good deal, then you do it. But don't be trying to jack up the price. How are you jacking up to $1 billion? These properties ain't worth it. Sometimes in life, you will thank God for every no and rejection in your life. Sometimes you don't realize it till months later, years later. When you're faced with it, just say thank you. You be like, but I don't know what I'm saying thank you for. Say thank you. It'll be revealed to you later. Britney Spears, was she cheating on her husband? Britney Spears' husband has filed for divorce, irreconcilable differences. They were married. They dated for 5 years. Then they got married. They have no children. She's 41. He's 29. He claims she was cheating. Now, he never said who. But he did say, because there was a prenup. Y'all know me. We want prenup. We want prenup. There was a prenup. But he says he wants the prenup renegotiated, and if she doesn't do it, he's going to get to talking. He's already leaking out stories. She gave him a black eye when they were sleeping. She keeps knives all around the house. Who is this man? Who is Sam, her husband? He's from Iran. He's an Iranian immigrant who underwent a whole transformation. He lost 100 pounds. He had bad teeth. He got his teeth fixed. He chiseled his body up. And they met on the set of one of her videos. Well, instant attraction, it clicked, and he had been in her life. What is going to happen to her now? She got this book coming out, The Woman in Me. She was given $15 million. They're saying Oprah's going to do the interview. Sam says, I married her because I thought I could save her. I think he knew he'd get a couple dollars. Because now you're saying, renegotiate the prenup, pay me spousal support, pay my legal fees. But at the end of the day, what's going to happen to Britney Spears? Something is wrong with her. She was swinging on the pole and gyrating. They said all she wants to do is make videos. At one time, she was a huge pop star. But what happened along the way? Something happened that made her break. People blame it on the parents because she was in that conservatorship. I think they knew what they were doing. And maybe they abused it with the spending of the money. But they knew why. They were put in charge because on her own. And now with this man not being there, who knows what could happen to Britney Spears because something is off. And who can save her? Well, not obviously this husband because I think he was in it for the money. But he's threatening to talk. Britney Spears has lawyered up. She got the same lawyer that Kevin Costner got to get out his divorce that Kim Kardashian used for Kanye West. But he is lawyered up as well. And how this turns out is she just going to have to write a check and be like, go away. Just be quiet and go away. She's probably going to have to wind up writing a check. Another woman who's going to have to wind up writing a check, my niece in my head. Y'all know I love Keke Wyatt. She broke up with her boyfriend. She's hot in Usher's new video, by the way, Boyfriend. He's seeking full custody and child support. Even though they never married, he's going to hit her for some money. He's going to hit her for money. And he'll probably use the fact that she works all the time. Now, she got to work because he wasn't working. He wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, but he wants child support. Keke, you got to be careful. They just had this baby in February, and for it just to blow up, and it's just August. I want to tell you about two music people. Jerry Moss. Have you ever heard of A&M Records? Trumpeter Herb Alpert formed A&M Records with Jerry Moss. They were one of the most successful independent record labels out. They had the Police, they had the Go-Go's, Bryan Adams, Janet Jackson. I remember Shanice being on this label. A very successful group. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a non-performer in 2006. And the Epix channel, y'all know I'm the documentary queen. They did the story of A&M Records and this man who wound up being this great philanthropist. But he started A&M Records with Herb Alpert. It was a great story. He passed away. He was very close to another music giant, Clarence Avant, who passed away. He was 88. Jerry Moss passed away also at the age, Clarence Avant was 92, Jerry Moss was 88. But they were close, dying 4 days apart. Here in Philadelphia, hit close to home, Bobby Eli, a guitarist who played a major part in the sound of Philadelphia. He was a music arranger, composer, record producer. He's one of the founding members of MFSB, Mother, Father, Sister, Brother. And he was a lead guitarist for the group. His work with the South Soul Orchestra, the OJs, Billy Paul, Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes, the Whispers, the Stylistics, Delphonics. Great song, Trying to Make a Fool of Me. That was him on the guitar. William DeVon's Be Thankful, that great lead-up track, the instrumental. That was Bobby Eli. Blue Magic, Main Ingredient, Spinners, McMahon and Whitehead. here in Philly, the sound of Philadelphia is big because it was just great music, and you had all these great musicians who came together. I played a lot of these songs, by the way, on Sunday nights. So, sound of Philadelphia just really, really big. And Bobby Eli, he passed away. He was 77 years old. Our prayers go out to his family. And Bobby, wow, your music. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jamie Foxx is speaking, not saying what happened, but he says he's thankful for his life. If you have ever been through anything traumatic, you just look at life differently. I had my stroke 8 years ago. I'm grateful every day that I can just walk, because there was a time I couldn't. I was in a wheelchair. Whatever he went through changed his life, and he's grateful. When you're grateful in life, you don't sweat the small stuff. And the little BS and stuff, you just kind of let it roll off your shoulders, because you know life is so much more. Your health is your wealth. You don't realize it until you go through an illness or sickness and you remember your life before. For your body is a temple. You may want all the material things in the world, and you may think hitting the lottery, it's just a temporary fix, because guess what? If you're sick, you can't enjoy it. So he has a newfound. They're saying that he's interested in rekindling with his former love, Katie Holmes. But his friends say that he's really changed. Now, let me tell you something about friends. Some friends are grateful for the change. Some people are like, he different. Probably because they can't get no money. But I think he's reflecting on his life and realizing what's really important. For our days are not long, and tomorrow is not promised. We can make all the plans in the world, but guess what? It's not promised. So where some people are like, oh, I don't like the new Jamie, it's for the best. He's thinking of his life differently. And I'm sure many of you can testify, if you've ever been through something, you know exactly what that feeling is. The author of the book, The Blind Side, Michael Lewis, is saying that Michael Oher, he's the young man who was suing the Toohey family, The Blind Side, 2009. Feel-good movie. Sandra Bullock won an Oscar. They take in this young black kid. He goes to the NFL. He says that Michael Oher declined royalty checks from the movie. This is he said, she said, this side, that side. It's a sad story. I was reading the commentary today. They said it just makes the movie The Blind Side as fake as ever. I don't think it was fake. I think they wanted to write a movie that was like a fairy tale. And it was one of those feel-good movies. Oh, they took a man. Oh, he's doing great. Oh, he's in the NFL. But life after the NFL was very, very different. And in Hollywood, that's what they do. They get screenwriters to write a feel-good story. Write a story that's going to make everybody feel good when they walk out of the theater. Whew, it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Thanks so much for joining me. I told you it's like a good thing. It's like a good bowl of gumbo, and you get like a little bit of everything. But thanks so much for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment, because I do look forward to hearing from you.